Post-apocalyptic America is unforgiving. It's a grim world filled with nothing but misery. However, it's also home to those who can look beyond the hopelessness and forge their own paths. These people, through their words and actions, shape the wasteland, sometimes for the better, other times for the worse. These are the legends of the Wastes. Vault 87 was one of many fallout shelters constructed through a joint effort between the United States federal government and Vault Tech. Though construction of Vault 87 went forward unhitched, 5 years after its completion in 2071, the original plans for the vault were scrapped, whatever those may have been. Instead, under the supervision of Dr. Wayne Merrick, the future dwellers of the vault would be subject to human experimentation using the forced evolutionary virus. Part of the evolutionary experimentation program, Merrick and his team would hope to create some sort of human super soldier out of the unknowing dwellers. However, while the test subjects did show substantial increases in strength and size, their brain function took a step in the opposite direction, frequently experiencing bouts of rage and anxiety. And while the Vault Tech staff and security were aware of the potential risks of the evolutionary experimentation program, their implemented safety measures were not enough. It would only take 1 year before many of the test subjects broke free and overwhelmed the staff. And thus, the super mutants of the Capital Wasteland were born. I guess created. That would probably be a better term. The harsh experimentation left the super mutants in an asexual state, unable to reproduce. With no option of naturally reproducing, to keep the super mutant race alive, more people would have to be dipped into the virus and be transformed. This method of creating new mutants worked as well as it could have. As the vault was designed with FEV experiments in mind, it was stockpiled with, as the super mutants would call it, the green stuff. But as things do, with time, the vault supply would run dry, and by 2277, nearly 200 years later, the vault would be in a state of disarray, with no new mutants able to be created. But this wasn't the only problem that the super mutants were facing. 22 years prior, in 2255, a new threat entered the Capital Wasteland. A heavily armed militant group, known as the Brotherhood of Steel, had arrived in the DC ruins, using the former Pentagon as their base of operations. And while the group's initial orders were to recover technology from eastern cities, it quickly changed to the eradication of the super mutant threat. The super mutants' inability to reproduce without FEV and conflict with the Brotherhood left them in quite the state of unease. Many independent tribes and groups left their former home of Vault 87 and set up camp throughout the Capital Wasteland, hoping to find ways to carry on with their lives and maybe find a new source of the forced evolutionary virus. As time passed, the state of the super mutant race only grew worse. While the Enclave Brotherhood War distracted their greatest rivals for some time, that conflict wouldn't last forever. With the Enclave quickly defeated within a year, the Brotherhood set their eyes back on what they deemed to be the greatest threat to the Capital Wasteland, the super mutants. It would only be a matter of time before their inevitable extinction would come, whether it be at the hands of the Brotherhood or their inability to create more mutants. Something had to change. And one mutant, only known as Shepard, realized this. Shepard realized that without unity among the super mutants, they would be destined to die out. And so, Shepard set on about bringing together the super mutants under one central army. And while the extent of Shepard's actions is unknown, he caused a big enough uproar within the Capital Wasteland to appear on the Brotherhood's radar. However, as quickly as Shepard rose, so too did he fall. In 2285, 5 years after the defeat of the Enclave, Shepard, along with all hopes of the Capital Wasteland super mutants, would meet their demise. A promising young Brotherhood of Steel squire, 15-year-old Arthur Maxon, would defeat the one who tried to unite the super mutants. Maxon's victory over Shepard would end up being the achievement that elevated the teenager to hero-like status. But this Legends of the Wastes video isn't about Arthur Maxon, it's about Shepard, and this is where his tale comes to an end. Where Shepard's ultimate goal was to unite the scattered and endangered supermutant race, his death not only ensured the collapse of the Capital Wasteland supermutants, but also unintentionally and rapidly thrusted the East Coast Brotherhood of Steel into a new, more dominating era. Shepard, the supermutant, is a legend of the wastes. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know who else I should cover on the Legends of the Waste series. Have a good rest of your day. Cheers.
I did go out one time, you know. Sarah, Sentinel Lions took me out, just to show me. I killed a super mutant too, I swear. I also sort of shot Sarah, but just a little. It was just a flesh wound.